Welcome to the Mailchimp tutorial. Mailchimp is one way for you to create and automate your email marketing services so that you can have everything set up for your audience. In today's video, we're going to be going through how to set up your landing page, how to set up a form so you can embed it into your website if you have one, how to send out your first email to your subscribed audience, how to manage your audience list, and the last of all, how to send out a free resource to your audience. All right, so let's begin. So if you already have a Mailchimp account, you can click log in here, or if you don't have a Mailchimp account, we're going to click sign up for free. Now you can use Mailchimp with a payment or without a payment. As long as you have less than 2,000 subscribers, you can sign up for free by clicking this button here. Now the first thing Mailchimp is going to ask you is to submit an email and create a username and password. This email is just the email that you're going to be using to get the notifications for Mailchimp and whatever Mailchimp wants to send to you. So I'm going to be using my testing account, which is Rania is testing at gmail.com. And then the username is basically your email. So you can put in the same email address and then you enter in your password. So your password needs to have a capital letter, a lowercase letter, a number, and a special character. And it needs to be at least 8 characters long. That makes it a strong password. It's secure and you will protect your account from any hackers. Then once you're ready, click get started. All right, so now it's telling us to check our email so that we can verify that our account is active. So this is the email. We click activate account. I am not a robot. And then it takes me to this page right here. So now I get to choose the plan that I want to go with. And because we're doing a free tutorial, this is going to be the free option that we are going to be choosing. And then we can click complete and we move on to the next step. So let's get started. Enter in the name, which is basically your first name and your last name. Then what's the name of your business? Let's just say it's Socialize That. Do you have a website? If you have a website, you can enter this in here. And if you don't, just enter in no. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to put no. And then you can click continue. And then by law, you are required to enter in an address for your business. Now, if you're a person or that you don't have a business address, you can enter in your home address, but I would prefer that you get a PO box and set that up here. Just for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to just put a random address. Of course, you should actually be putting a proper address here. And that looks fine. Continue. Now it's asking us if we have a subscriber list, and I'm just going to say no, but you can add in yes, and then you can import your subscriber list later on. You can tell Mailchimp how many subscribers you have in your email list. But right now we're starting off from scratch. So we're going to put no and then continue. Then we can connect our social media accounts. I'm just going to continue without connecting. And then you can just click not right now. Now, Mailchimp does take every opportunity to get you to buy or upgrade the bigger package. So you're going to get a lot of these kinds of promotions so that you can actually upgrade your account. What you could do is just skip it or just don't check off the boxes. So we click let's go. It takes us to the Mailchimp account. Now this is usually like when you log in, you're going to see the dashboard. Now you're usually going to land on the dashboard, but right now because our account is not set up, we have to go through all of these things. Because I'm going to walk you through the entire steps, we're just going to I'll do this later for all of them so that we can get to our dashboard. And then go to my dashboard and we're set. All right, so this is the dashboard. This is what you would see. See, told you. Mailchimp every chance to make you upgrade. Anyways, so this is the dashboard. This is usually what you're going to see when you log in to your Mailchimp account. So you can see the statistics of your account. So right now we have 0 additional audience members, and the audience member is basically the subscribers that are subscribing into your email list. And right now we have 0 change because we just started the account. Now, before we start, I just want to go into some settings of the account. You can click here, this arrow key, and go into profile. And then here you can upload your picture. So let me upload a picture of myself. Okay. And that's set. And then if you want to add in your website, you can add it in here as well. And then we're going to go into settings. Oh, hang on, we have to save, update. Then you go into settings, details, and update your time zone. So right now it's doing it by default. I'm just going to fix the time zone because you need to actually know when you are sending out your emails and how it's going to be translating to the times that you are setting on Mailchimp. So right now I'm in Eastern Europe time, and then we can click save. And that's about it. Then I want to go into audiences where I could see the subscribers and the list that I have. In this section, Mailchimp tells me that I have one contact that's subscribed, and you're probably wondering how. It's basically Mailchimp taking my account, Rania is testing at gmail.com, and adding it to my list so that I can see what's happening in my account. But we can delete that later on. What I want you to do is go into Manage Audience, then go into View Audiences, and this is the list that is created. This list is basically where all your subscribers will live. If you have only one freebie, you only need one list. If you have more than one freebie, you can create separate lists. With the free account, you can only have one list. So what you could do is you can add in one list, which is your business name, for example, and then create tags, which is divisions within your list that will identify that your subscribers are interested in a certain topic more than another topic. So I can divide up my list based on the interests of my subscribers. Now, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to delete this and start over so that you could see how we will be doing and creating lists in case you want to upgrade and want to have more than one list. So you type in delete in capital letters and then click the delete button, and the audience list will be deleted. Then on the top right hand corner, you click create audience, and then here you can fill out the details. So I'm just going to rename it socialize that. Whoopsies. The default from address is actually the address that people are going to see your email being sent out from. So let's say mine is rania@socializethat.com, and the default from address can be like Rania of Eunice, or it could be socialize that, whatever you like. So I'm just going to put Rania from socialize that. And then here we're going to set up a special reminder to tell the person how they signed up. So we can tell them they signed up from our website if we have a website. And if not, we can just say that they signed up for a free resource that we are offering in the subject. So if you're running a business or if you have an account that you're collecting emails for, you probably have one industry or one segment that you're actually working with. So in my case, we're working on digital marketing. So I can say that they signed up for a digital marketing resource. And that's set up. and then the name and the address. Of course, again, the address needs to be a good address. And then here we have the settings. Now, in this section here, it is ultra important for us to pay attention to how we set up this part. When I want someone to opt in, it means that this person is agreeing to giving me their email and receiving emails from me. Because we are in the world of technology, robots and fake accounts can come and fill up your form with fake emails. So for me to ensure that this doesn't happen, I can click enable double opt-in, which just means that the person is going to sign up on the landing page and then they're going to have to go back into their email and confirm that the email was received, and then they get the email with the free resource. And this is done only when they are first new to your list. Then the GDPR field is basically a law that is applied for the European side of the world, where you're going to have to follow certain GDPR rules. You can go on to Google or talk to a lawyer about this, because I'm not a lawyer and I can't help with that information. And then here we have notifications. Now, if you want, you can get a daily summary of people who subscribed and unsubscribed, or one by one who unsubscribed. But I'm just going to leave this at nothing for now, and then I'm going to click save. So this is our list. Now, for us to add a subscriber, we can go into add contacts, add a subscriber, and this is going to be the manual way that you're adding people. So you're adding one person at a time here. So let's say we want to add ourselves. Rania is testing at gmail.com. I just add in the first name because that is the only thing I actually ask for. There are certain situations where you get this information, but usually when you're starting off, all you need is the first name and the email address. Now here you can set up the tag here. If you know how this person signed up and what freebie they first signed up for, you can add in a certain tag. So let's say this person signed up for Facebook ads as a freebie. Whoops. Create a new tag, and it's added. This person gave me permission to use the email. Yes, this person is already in my audience. I can click this if I want the information to get updated for the person. In case I'm not sure if this person is really in my list, I can just update the information and it will replace it if there is anything that is different. And then I can click subscribe, and then I'll have my first subscriber. And if I go into manage contacts and then view contacts, I can see my first subscriber here. Now, in case I want to add my list, if I have a previous list for emails, I can just go into add contact, import contacts, and it takes me to a page where it tells me the 3 different ways that I can upload. I just use this way because I can just export the contacts and just ask for Mailchimp or the email marketing service to give me the file in either a .txt file or a .csv file. I can choose this and then click continue, and it's going to ask me for the file. But right now, because we're not going to do this part, we're going to go back. And now we have one subscriber. If we wanted to add in more, we can just add in more here. Now, in case you are now wondering, well, I want this to be an automated process, what we can do is we can collect the emails from the landing page. And I'm going to come to that in a bit. But before we get to that, I just want to show you that you can actually also delete a person by checking the box next to their name and then unsubscribe them or remove them from contacts, or you can even add in a tag for them so that you can know where this person is coming in from. All right, so now we have this one person signed up. We want to create even more subscribers coming into our email list. What we could do is we can go into create landing page. You can name the landing page. You're going to pick an audience, which is the list that you're going to be collecting your subscribers in, and then you're going to click begin. Now we can click accept to accept the terms of Mailchimp. And then we will have a couple of landing pages to choose from. Now, the last three here are for lead generation. So you want the person to sign up to something, you want them to become a lead, or it could be a payment, which is this and this one. Or you can actually create your own landing page by altering these. So I'm just going to pick a general template, and this is what's going to appear. So in Mailchimp, everything that you edit comes in boxes. So this is one box for the logo, one box for the header, one box for the text part, one box for the email address parts, and so on and so forth. And in each email or landing page, you're going to see this Mailchimp token that you can't remove unless you upgrade. Now on the right hand side, you have the content that you can drag and add, or you have, oops, or you have the design where you can design whatever you would like. So let's start off with the content within the actual landing page that we currently have. So a landing page is basically a page that has one objective. It could be either to get them to sign up for something or to buy something. So it could work as a landing page or a sales page. So here you set up your landing page with while making sure that you have only one objective to get the person to put their email and their name on this landing page. That way, you will not distract them by taking them to social media or seeing some kind of video and whatnot. The simpler it is, the faster the conversion, which means the faster the person is going to give you their email address. Of course, if the content is relevant for them. So once you click edit block, you're going to get this right here. You can replace the logo by clicking replace. And right now it takes me to the media or content studio that is currently empty. To upload, you just click the upload icon here. And then you choose your logo, and then you click it and you insert it, and the logo will be added. Now you can see that the logo is enormous, it's very big. We can just make it a little bit smaller by dragging and dropping. So that looks pretty good. Here I don't want this text block. Over here I would like to change the title and say, let's make this all caps, your Facebook, or instead of grow, let's say get, oops, more engaged followers on Facebook. And what I'm basically doing here is creating a benefit driven headline for my freebie. And in this situation, my freebie is a 5-day Facebook challenge to get more engagement and more people on your page to get more results. So here we're telling them get more engaged followers on Facebook. And then I just want to change the font. I can just click here. Maybe this is too big. We can go to, let's say, default text. And if it doesn't change, you can just go into this and, just remove these weird texting thingies. And it's going to look like that, but I don't want that to look like that. So let's change it to heading 2, font, veranda. The size is fine. And then I want to add in, so save and close. I just want to add in another text here and add in without wasting money on ads. And then here, I'd also make the same text font, make it that, and then turn it into a heading. And then what I'm going to need to pay attention to is that my sign up box appears before a person scrolls. And this means that I'm going to have to move this up till here so that when someone reads this title, if they're ready to buy, they can just go into here and automatically start filling in their information. So by default, Mailchimp gives you just one option, which is the email address. I prefer to add in the first name, but you have all these options here, and you need to click on this icon here to make it required so that they will have to fill out the part. The reason why I like to include the first name is because I like to personalize my messages to my audience so that they can feel that I am making them feel special. Then you have certain marketing permissions that are corresponding to the GDPR fields, which is the European law for email marketing. Now, if you're not targeting Europe in any way, you can just turn off GDPR. And then the next part is the subscribe button. Now I can change the subscribe text here to join the challenge and then join the challenge. And that is basically how to set it up. But I want you to pay attention to something. I will need to have this headline, which is these two subparts, and then I'm going to have the form, and then I'm going to need to say what is the benefit that they're going to be getting. So I have that already filled, ready to go. When you join the 5-day Facebook challenge, you get, you know, reach more people organically to grow your audience on Facebook, instantly grab the attention of the customers you want to attract, build a thriving community, and so on and so forth. And then after I have this information, I need them to know what to do next. So I'm going to tell them or remind them, fill in your details in the form above. And then that way the person will sign up for the challenge. And I'm just going to change this into bold so that they can pay attention to it and maybe highlight it. Oh, that's not highlight. Never mind, we'll just leave it like that. And then I have to click save and close. I have to remember that I need to continue to save and close every time I do some change so that my work does not go away. Now, if I look at this, it's really, really boring. And if I want to design it in a nicer way, I can just maybe change the color of the background like that. And I can upload an image. So let's say the image would be this image right here. Probably not going to fit properly, but okay. So that looks fine. And then I can start editing the design and the style of these. So here I can just go into the style and change how it's going to look. So if I wanted a square around my logo, that's basically how it's going to look like. But I'm just going to put none. I can choose if it's rounded or not. I could add in a box shadow and so on and so forth. And I can also change the settings in terms of how I want the logo to appear. Now I can also edit this here to change the style. I can change the color and do all these different changes here. Basically styles where you change how the thing looks. But right now I don't want to make this too fancy because all I want to do is get the person to sign up. So I'm just going to change the color of this from blue to, oops, not the background. I want the button. There it is. we change it from the blue to the pinkish red, and that is the sign up button. Now, I want to mention something else. Usually the colors on any kind of sign up form, if it's red, it usually grabs more attention and gets the person to sign up faster. So let's just change also the color of this here. And we'll see how it looks. So this is all trial and error and changing how things will look for your page that's way too red. And that is a good conflicting color. And that's basically it. Now we click save. And I can add in whatever I want. Like even if I wanted to add in a video, I could do that here. This is usually what I recommend you do for a sales page instead of a landing page. You can just basically get the URL and put it here. So let's grab the YouTube link, youtube.com. We search for socialize that. My channel appears. Oops, sorry about that. Let's say we want to show this video, copy link address, we put it here, and the video will appear. But then again, we want them to stay on this landing page to sign up and not to leave. So I recommend using this when you want to actually use it as a sales page to get the person to get convinced that they want to buy from you. But as a landing page for a sign up to the email list, doing what is appearing right now is more than enough. So now we're done. We click save and close, and we have the design and the content set up for the landing page. Now, the page title is basically the title that's going to appear at the top of the page when the person is on your page. So right now it says untitled page. If I don't change this name, my audience, when they land on my landing page, will see at the top untitled landing page, or untitled page. So I need to change the name of that to the Facebook challenge, for example. I'm going to click save. And then the second thing I'm going to do is add a URL. The URL is the link that we're going to be using for Mailchimp landing page. So you can use a custom domain if you have a certain domain name, or what we're going to be using is the Mailchimp domain name. Now, because this is a free account, there is going to be some text here that is really ugly, but we can keep it because people don't usually look at the link anyways. So it's going to be Mailchimp slash some random text slash base, let's say FB challenge. And then we click save, and that link is going to be saved. So right now, if I take this link and I open up another tab, oh yeah, we didn't publish it, so we have to go back, hit publish, then do that, refresh, and that is the Facebook challenge landing page. Now, of course, this is quickly created. It's not that designed. You can go in and design it better in your own creative way so that you can get people to sign up faster. And this is Mailchimp. So I just want to go back into this landing page to show you another part that I believe is very important. We're going to go into campaigns. So this is the landing page, and I want to go back into the landing page to show you another part. I can go here to the arrow key and then click edit. And then the landing page part will appear again. This third thing that we need to go through is the tag. The tag is basically the category that you are going to be putting this person in. So I'm just going to add them into a Facebook challenge tag. so that I know that they are coming for a Facebook challenge freebie. And then I click save. And then this is what is going to happen. Now, the last thing that I want to mention, which is not email marketing, but it's very useful for anyone that wants to grow and use Facebook ads later, which is the Facebook pixel. Now, what the Facebook pixel is basically a piece of code that tells Facebook this is the audience that's interested to clicking over onto the landing page, and this is the audience that is interested in signing up with this person for this free resource. So that way, when I do want to run ads, Facebook will already know the audience that converts better for me as a business, or they might even know which audience is going to come to my page faster, and so on and so forth. Now, even though I don't want to do Facebook ads right now, it's very advisable for you to set up the landing page pixel before you run the ads because you're teaching Facebook how to collect data, and the more data that Facebook has, the more results they're going to give you. So to set up the pixel, all you have to do is click edit, go to the bottom, track with, or sorry, you have to accept first the tracking thingy, and then track with a Facebook pixel, use an existing pixel, and you add in your Facebook pixel here. Now, if you don't know how to extract your Facebook Pixel ID, I've created a free resource that's found on my YouTube channel that talks about the Facebook Pixel. I'm going to link it in the description box below as well. And that's it for your landing page. The next thing we're going to create is the email that we want to send to people after they sign up for the Facebook challenge. Create email. Now you have several options here to choose from. The first one is sending out a regular email. Let's say right now you write out the email and you have a certain thing that's coming up and you want to send it to your entire list at a certain time. The second one is the automated email. And here it's just basically if this action happens, I want to send out this email. If someone newly joins my email list, I want to welcome them, so this is what I would use. If someone's birthday comes up, this is the email that's going to get sent out to the person. If the person is in a certain tag and I want to send them a tag to, let's say, just the Facebook challenge people, I can use this part here and so on and so forth. And you can just go through all of these and just see what kind of email you can send automatically. Remember, automation means you set it up once and then you forget it because the technology does the work for you, which will save you time on the long run. What I really want here is the welcome new subscribers. So here I'm going to name it the Facebook challenge email, and then you should use the list and then begin. Now here is where you're going to actually identify when the person will receive an email. So if we go into this section right here, where you can choose to send out the immediately, or after 1 hour, or after 6 hours, or after 1 day. I recommend when someone opts in, they're probably very eager to get the email with the freebie in it. So I usually always choose immediately. I also check off this box here because if someone joins in to my email list or I import an email list, they're going to get this email to welcome them in. And then we click save. Then from who is this? Who is sending this campaign? Resolve. We see that this is the name and this is the email. So I'm just going to change this because it's already set to another account. Let's just put Rania is testing at gmail.com and then click save. Sorry guys, I lost the mouse. Oh, there it is. And then click save. And that is done. Then you have the subject. The subject is basically the most important piece of the puzzle to get the person to click onto your email. So you have to remind the person why they signed up, how they signed up, what they're going to get. You have to intrigue them. You have to use a certain headline that's going to, you know, get the person to click on this email. Think back to when Kim Kardashian's house got robbed. Think of the headlines that you saw then and add that in, because that kind of headline, the headlines we see in newspapers and magazines, are the headlines that we are trying to find for the email that we're trying to send out. So the subject here is going to be something very simple, telling the person that there's a freebie waiting. Your engaged audience is waiting. And then I'm just going to add in here freebie to remind them that they got a freebie so they can click the link. And then you can also click this happy face and choose an emoji. Let's say we want to choose okay. And the reason why you would choose emojis is because it is colored and it will grab the person's attention more on their newsfeed. On their email address. So I'm just going to remove this into the front over here. And we have to remember that the person will see the first couple of words. So try to make your first 4 words describe what the email is about. Then we have here the preview text for the email, which is the text that will appear before the person clicks. You are eager to get an engaged audience and save your money, or say, okay, you are eager. An engaged Facebook audience. And then we click save, and that is done. And then now we have the content. So you can click edit design, and then the email will open. Now I need to make sure that you are clear on one thing. The more pictures and links you put in an email, the more likely it's going to end up in the junk mail or spam mail folder. Reduce, reduce, reduce. Now, Mailchimp gives me a default plain email here. I can just go back a step to go template and choose the templates that I want from the template library. There are the generic templates here. I have to make sure that it doesn't say upgrade to use. I have to use the free ones. Or I can go into themes and choose something that's more colorful. But as you can see here, it's taking a while to load and it's a small thumbnail. So imagine how fast it's going to load on a computer or mobile. And you can just pick from these different ones here. So I'm just going to use this template, change the template. Okay, first things first, we put out the logo. I just want to edit the size of this, edit image. And I want to make it 300. Save, insert, oops, insert, and the image will be inserted. Again, style is where you're going to change how it looks, and the settings is if it's in the middle or the right or whatnot. And then here I'm going to say and then here I can replace this with an image. I'm just going to use a random image for a different freebie that I have right now just to save time. This is my ideal customer avatar lead magnet. We're going to use that, and to we put that image here. We can also just remove it. We don't need to have it, but just in case, we put out the image because people are usually visual. So when they see this, they're like, oh, I'm going to get all these great things. So let me just click here and quickly get to the point. Now, I usually want to move the button up. I don't want the button to be so low because there are different types of people that use email, and there are different categories of people and how they actually use their email accounts. Some people like lots of pictures, some people want like lots of explanation, and some people just want to click the button. So here it's the button to get to start the challenge. And then here I can choose to use a web address or an email address or whatnot. What I need is a file for this situation. And then I go and I upload. Let's say this is the freebie that we have. We click open. We choose it. We click insert. And then when a person clicks this, they're going to get this file that I just uploaded. I want to change the color of the button from this color to FC. Make it red. And then here, you made it. I can't wait to see your amazing results with this challenge. Please make sure to send me your progress, period. Reply to this email to tell me more. So the reason why I add this is because I want the person to actually do something after they read the email. So I just want to change the styles here. I want to make this just default text, and then all of this, go in here to remove the headers. I want a space. Oh wait, I do want a space. Okay. And then I click this, I go back here, reply to this email to tell me more, and then I do my signature. I'll talk to you. And then save and close. And then here, I just want to delete the rest of the things because I don't need them. And then this is the footer section. So in this email, my ultimate goal is to get them to start the challenge. But if someone clicks this and they want to read more, they might go in here and read more about what they should do next. They might be ready to do something next, and they'll have that information here. I can also add to this part here. Let's connect where everyone connects. Join me, period. Join me online. Join me online on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram by looking for, let's say, socialize that. I'll talk to you soon. That way I tell them what to do next. what's expected of them, and when they're going to hear from me next. Now, if I know I'm going to send them another email the next day, I'll say, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I might also remove this part from here and tell them how often they're going to receive emails from me. Email marketing is basically a trial and error kind of thing, so you're going to have to test out different things for your audience. And then the last thing is the footer section right here. So here you can add in your social media links. So let's say Facebook, you can just go Facebook/socialize that, and that's the link. Or you can actually open up Facebook and get the link from the top part here. And then the link text would be Facebook. We don't have Twitter, we can just minus that out. Instagram is /socialize that. Link text is Instagram. Let's remove the website, add another. We can add in YouTube. There's YouTube /c/socialize that. And then save and close. I can also, style it. I can change how it's going to look. And I can go into settings and choose how it's going to display for people. So I can change it up. Now, I usually pick big icons for these kinds of things because if someone is on their phone, the bigger the icon, the easier it is for them to actually click the button than just choosing the small icons, but it's totally up to you. We can also choose text only, or we can use both of them. I'm just going to use icon only and then make it big again. I can also choose colorful icons, gray icons, black icons, and so on. So I'm just going to choose gray and I'm going to click OK. And that's it. And then I click Save and Continue. And this is how it appears. So if I'm ready to send out this email, I can click Start Sending and then Start Now. And then whoever signs up to this Facebook challenge, they're going to get this email. All right, so now we've created the landing page and the email. So if I go back into the dashboard of Mailchimp by clicking the monkey here, this is what we're going to be seeing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test out the landing page. So I'm going to go back into campaigns and I'm going to grab the link to the landing page, and I unsubscribed from all the email lists so that I can appear here. And this is the landing page, and I'm going to be able to opt in and say I want this challenge. So I'm just going to use Rania is testing at gmail.com. First name is Rania, and then I click join the challenge. Now, this message, this confirmation message, is the message that appears if I have a double opt-in. So that what that actually means is if I go back into Mailchimp and I edit the landing page, and then I go into edit design, and then I click the form and I scroll down, I can see here I have a confirmation message. This confirmation message is what's going to be sent to the person after they click subscribe and they remain on the same page. This is usually because you have double opt-in turned on. All right, so let's say I don't want this. I just want to preview the confirmation message. This is what's going to appear once a person signs up. So if they come here and they put in their email address, their first name, they answer this, and they click join the challenge, they're going to get this page with this message. And then they're going to have to go into their email and confirm that their email address is correct. And then they're going to get the thank you page. But if I wanted to show my audience immediately the thank you page, I'm going to need to be having a single opt-in. So let's go back to visit your audience settings. And then here, I'm just going to remove double opt-in. I'm also going to remove GDPR fields because we don't need that. We're not targeting the audience that is in the European side. Okay, that looks good. We click save and campaign. So now if I go back into the campaign and into the landing page, so this is the landing page, I click edit, and then I go into the content, edit design, and I click here. I now have the option of changing what the confirmation message is saying. So I could preview this and I could say, I don't want them to see this. I want them to see an image thanking them, for example, insert image. Okay. And so that is basically what's going to appear. Now, if I wanted to direct them to another page, which is a thank you page, like a certain web address, I could do that by clicking in here I can do that by clicking web address and then here entering in a valid URL for this field. And I recommend you do this if you have a website because then you can track the people that have actually converted on your landing page, and then you can do lookalike audiences in Facebook ads, which is a little bit advanced in Facebook ads. But I would recommend you do that. Let's just keep the confirmation message with this right here, and I can click save and publish. And then when I come to refresh this here, so now if let's add in another email address at hotmail.com, join the challenge. And then if I go into my email right now, I would have received the freebie for my engaged audience. And this is basically how it appears in the email sector right here. All right, so that is basically how you can set it up. If you have a website, you can go into the audience section and then go into manage audience and then view audience. And then here is the list that I have. I can just click here, sign up forms. And these are the forms that are going to be integrated with your website. And these are this is the form that is going to tell Mailchimp, these are the fields that I want to appear on all my forms for this list. So even if I put a form on my landing page, whatever appears there is going to be based on what I put here. So if I don't add in, for example, the first name on the landing page, the first name is not going to appear. So what I'm going to do is I have this page here. I can just change it around. Let's say I just want to change the name to, I can change the name text here, but I wanted to change and use an image. Use the socialize that image, insert. Let's make this 150. Save and insert image. And then that appears here. I might even want to add in a message. Join the newsletter now, or subscribe to grow. Whoops, sorry guys. To grow an engaged Facebook audience. Save and close. All right, so that is me saving it. And then I want to change, let's say, a couple of things here. I might also want to change up a little bit of how the form appears. I could change the background. I can change the size of the header, which is this. I can change the outside of it, body or in the form. I want the forms to appear in a different color. So let's use the red color because red actually converts better. So we have the red there. All right, and you can just play around here with how things appear. Now, in case you want to change any text that appears here, you can just go into translate it and just change the text that's appearing. So anything that has to do with address line, is going to appear here. So if you add an address on your Mailchimp part, so if we go back to build it, if we add in the address, so let's just click address, anything that appears here, how, like this is address line 2. If I don't want it to say address line 2, I want it to say your address, I can change that information by going to translate it and then changing this to your address. And then I click save at the bottom of the page. And then I go back into build it and I'll be able to see it here that it's been updated. Okay, so I can go back into translate. I want to change the subscribe button and I can see it here as well. Okay, so I can change the subscribe button. Let me say I want to say give me the freebie. I can click save and you can just basically go through this entire thing here to make sure that you have the namings that you like. Usually these namings are very boring, so if you want to make something more, friendly, you can change it up here. So if I go back to build it, this is how it's going to appear. So I clicked it. All I have to do is, because I clicked it here, I have to delete it. And that is going to get deleted once I type in delete in capital letters. So I can delete it here. Sometimes Mailchimp has a mind of its own. You might just need to refresh the page for things to work. So this is how the form will appear. So we just copied the link, opening up a new tab, entering in the link, and this is how the form will appear. Now, if I go back into the form designer, I still have other forms to fill out. And it's advisable for you to go through this and customize them so that you can have the messages that you want to appear. So for example, if someone signs up to this type of form, I want to send them a confirmation thank you page and tell them, thank you for signing up. This is what you're going to get. And I've already created this before by just, changing out the logo as we did before, changing out the title here, and adding in the image here by clicking this here. And that is it. All right. And then we have the final welcome email. This is basically the email you would send your subscribers to confirm that their subscription has been confirmed. So you could choose to send this email by clicking send final welcome email, or you can just leave it at that without it being sent. You can't change the size of this unsubscribe button, but you can edit out everything that is set here in this button here. And this is by default picked out for you. This is what Mailchimp considers a final welcome email, but here you can change it up and, say you're in, and now you're set up. So when a person lands on your landing page, they're going to sign up, then they're going to get the confirmation message, and then they're going to go into their email and get the freebie.